Hello and welcome. Good morning to you. Welcome to the spot ride. I don't know if anyone is really feeling like I'm feeling right now. I'm just thinking, maybe reminiscing in my head. I'd be like, what's uh, Mbappe is just the man on the news right now. The money is crazy. The Saudi side, Al Hilal, are not sleeping. 700 million euro for salary. That's actually looking very big for me to say. And also 300 million euro being offered to Paris Saint-Germain just to let your key man leave, and they don't mind just one season. And also 13 million per year salary. That's absolutely big for Kylian Mbappe. I'm not no disrespect to him. I'm not saying it's not a right move, but if he tends to take that money just for one season, then that's something crazy to talk about. But welcome to the Sport Ride. My name is Kizzy K. Let's talk about sports on the show. I started with Mbappe's story. Let's get that on the screen again. With Mbappe's story, talk about the money for Mbappe. The money is crazy. Just cannot imagine it. It's, I don't know. I don't know. It got me stuttering on the show. I'm just thinking, Mbappe. Why Mbappe? Is he ever going to take that money? We know the body language, the body gesture shows he wants to play for Real Madrid. We know. But one season would do. Let's talk about the FIFA Women's World Cup coming up 2 days, just to go where the Super Falcons will be taking on the Australian side, where Sam Kerr will be unavailable. But Rashida Ajibade says the Super Falcons have the quality to beat Australia at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. The Super Falcons held the highly rated Canucks of Canada to a 0-0 draw last Friday. Around the world, side will face Matthew Dance of Australia in the next features, and that's on Thursday. Now, in the video posted on social media, talk about the Super Falcons Twitter handle, Ajibade expressed her confidence of a good showing against the co-host. She said, "I'm really pumped up for the game again. I'm so 100% ready." Ajibade remarked, "It's going to be a very difficult game, but we are playing against the hosts, a host team in a very big stadium with so much crowd. We are going to come out very strong. We are going to play against a lot of factors on that day, but I think we have what it takes. We have this, we've got this, we have done this again, we've done this before, and we're going to do it again, and I trust the whole team. We have the capacity, we have the talent, we have the energy, we have the strength, we have to bring out our A game." Coming from Ajibade, who missed the game against Canada due to a red card that she got back. She received that when we played against Morocco back at the semi-final stage of the 22 African Women's Cup of Nations. So Ajibade returning back to the team alongside Ajinde would be a very, very wonderful return again for the Super Falcons side. But get on the news now. Let's talk about one man who is really making a whole lot of story and making headlines. His name is Super Eagles winger Ahmed Musa. Yes, I understand. I'm a Nigerian, proud of my skin color regardless, but Ahmed Musa is doing some magic. He have won the heart of many Nigerians after he announced a reduction, just a reduction in the price of petrol in his own filling station. It will be recalled that a few days after Nigerians talk about the country national petroleum company, limited as NNPCL, announced an increase of the petroleum pump price to 617 per litre. However, the professional footballer made this announcement on his verified Twitter page via Twitter, saying he declares, let me get a quote in what he said, hashtag 580 at NYCA7 Filling Station Kano, sparkling excitement among Nigerians. Let's go talk about another source disclosing, saying Ahmed Musa Kano Filling Station reduces its petrol to 580 per litre. Super Eagles skipper Ahmed Musa has announced the reduction of price of premium motor spirit at his filling station NYCA7. Let's get to say well in Kano from 620, that's 620 naira to 580 naira per litre. The professional footballer disclosed this on his verified Twitter page, and he wrote, "Fuel hashtag 580 at NYCA7 Filling Station Kano, sparkling excitement among Nigerians on Twitter users." And when sometimes stuff like this happen, I know people always wonder, what the Twitter looks like, especially Nigerian Twitter handle. It looks very, very highly, I don't want to use the word competitive, but it looks very conversational, better word to say, where we saw, I don't think it's going to be right for me to call this man's name on Twitter. He said, "How manage Al-Haji at 580 in Kano when not in Lagos? Are you whining us?" And Ahmed Musa had to reply that guy and said, "This is me. This is about me. This is how I want it. This is me deciding on selling my petrol, and this is just about me." This comes a few days after Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited announces an increase in the petroleum pump price to 617 per litre. It was gathered that the price of fuel was reduced by the footballer to provide so-called vehicle owners in the state. Mortuaries as well applauded his thoughtful gestures as one Usman Mohammed stated, after buying fuel. He said, "It's a welcome development. I can now save some money instead of buying at a higher cost." Ahmed Musa is a Nigerian professional footballer. And let's go away from the Musa story. It looks very lengthy, but whichever way you want to talk about it, Ahmed Musa, you need to know, plays for Turkish Super League, Sivasspor in the Turkish side, the Super League, big side. Ahmed Musa is doing well. I just will not take less away from this man. He has done so well. I know he's in Kano. He's not really in Nigeria. Not in Lagos, Nigeria. Kano to be exact. Not in Anambra State. Not even in Kaduna. In his hometown, Kano. So this is just what he wants to do. Anybody can actually get to do that. I mean, a wonderful individual, real Nigerian representative, doing it right, and that's for Ahmed Musa. But on next story, let's get on this one now, where Anambra State government may have finally decided to join the League of State Governments that are sponsoring football teams in the various categories of the National Domestic League. And this follows on the revelation, talking about by Chikelo Ilonyosi, a former Nigerian international, and also the current chairman of the Anambra State Football Firm Association. He has come to, stand out strong for the governor, saying he has received executive approval by Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the establishment of Anambra State-owned football club. First of all, he said, "I want to thank His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo, executive, governor of Anambra State, for his approval for the establishment of the state, football team, which is very, very important for Anambra State." I think I'm loving what he's saying. He revealed this, talk about the ex-under-23 Olympic defender. His name is, Elenyosi. I hope I got the name correctly. Now, moving on, Anambra State is going to have a solution team very soon. Elenyosi said before now, Anambra State is arguably the second state in Southeast Nigeria and third in the country without a state-owned football club. Anambra and Ebonyi State, both in the southeast of Nigeria as well in Lagos State, is the Southwest also without clubs in any Nigerian domestic football league. And that's what coming from Chikilwe Iloyosi, who equally took time to respond to issues regarding, the ongoing maiden edition of the Anambra State All-Stars football tournament. And that's a wonderful championship side. I look at forward to see that come to play again. But away from Ilonyosi's story, Anambra State, I know them very well. I've played in some of the competitions in the States. I know how it's a place, I think it's a business place to say, no disrespect to them. I'm not saying they don't love football. They've got wonderful young footballers out there on the street of Anambra State. You could check them out from Awada, from Mpo, from Wansaki, a whole lot of places in Birmingham. That's an hour to say, take it back again to Newi side, take it to Odako, take it to, Iharu, a whole lot of places there to check out in Anambra State where they do it well. But I just want to comment on the governor on this very much one. Maybe my major concern, not because I'm in love with the Anambra State side, but because I love to see this stuff happen. I love to see us do it right. I love to see us go back to make things okay. Now, Anambra State is really a big place where everybody knows that, yes, we have to make things work out. Now, Saludo is trying to make, I think he's trying to make the youth, the people and the youthful guys who play the game very well happy. And if he does this, trust me, I think it will be a very welcome development to see that everything comes to play. Now, there's an Oka City Stadium. If you look at the stadium very well, most of the time I portray it on my mobile, and that stadium looks very amazing. I look at the money being spent on that stadium. We want to see more of this happen by the government, and also I'm very happy that, His Excellency Soludo has come to make sure that these come to play in a very, very welcome time again for the Anambra State firm. But away from the Anambra State story, let's get on the next story where I've got the Soludo story actually looks very lengthy. Time will not let me bring it to a very much end. Let's get on the next story where Nigerian Premier League club Remo Stars also have announced that Shola Okundana has joined Brazilian Giants Flamengo on loan. Give it to the teams doing very well. Remo Stars, an individual-owned club, just by an individual like me, not about the state government's company or state government club. And Remo Stars also have an academy which is called the Young Limit. Remo Stars did so well in the Niger Super 8. We saw them in the Nigerian Premier Football League as well last season. Remo Stars are just a top-notch side. Now it's good for me to talk about Shola Ogundana, who has joined Brazilian Giant Flamengo on loan. Remo confirmed the loans move in a statement on their website, and that's on Monday, where forward Shola Ogundana has completed his move to Brazilian Giant Flamengo from Remo Stars. Blessed Talk about this guy. He's blessed with a blistering pace, dribbles, and eyes for goals. The teenager is an academy product of the club at Beyond Limit Football Academy, most notably known Shola featured in the Creative Championship that's in the Viareggio Cup World Football Tournament back in Italy. And this time around, he's going to be playing for Flamengo. He had the most assists, 10 of any player during the 22-23 TCC League campaign. You could know, agree with me, he's a very wonderful player. Everyone at Remo Stars wish him all the best during his time in Brazil. Flamengo was first established in 1895, specifically as a growing and a roaring club, and did not play their first official football match until 1912. The club is also one of 3 clubs to have been relegated from the Brazilian Serie A. Moving on, their youth academy is one of the most prolific in Brazil and in the world, and also have developed a whole number of Brazilian international, wonderful players, the likes of Zico, Vinicius Junior, Lucas Paqueta, Julio Cesar, Adriano, Mario Zagallo, Junior, Leonardo. Flamengo, you need to know, is the most popular club in Brazil with over 40.2 million supporters as of 2022. It's also a Brazil side, the richest and the most valuable football club, with an annual revenue of 218 million euro and a valuation of over 691 million euro. They have won several, Brazilian league titles, won the last title back in 2023, South American Championship as well, and also won Intercontinental Cup and 1981. So, shout out to Flamengo for doing it well. Several top European clubs have their eye on signing Victor Osimhen. Let's go away from that very much story, as Osimhen's story seems to be the one we want to talk about now. But no disrespect to Ogundana, I would celebrate Ogundana anytime, any day, because he's making a move to a very, very top flight football club. You look at players, the players I just made you understand. Mario Zagallo, legendary. Vinicius Junior, who came from that realm of Flamengo, and also now we have to have our own very much Ogundana, who plays for Remo, Beyond Limit Academy, a product of that very side, to make the move to. That's on loan, but I just hope that a loan move will come to be a full permanent stay for him. But now let's talk about one man who I feel I'm very not happy to talk about. I love to talk about him, but I don't think I like the way his story looks very shallow for me, in my opinion, though, not you though. Several top European clubs have their eye on signing Victor Osimhen. The Nigerian striker is a very, very hot commodity at plans to stay off to Napoli for the upcoming season. Now, according to the club president Aurelio De Laurentiis, reports have been surfaced that Laurentiis will ask for 150 million euros to sell the star player. He's linked to such suitors as Manchester United, also the likes of Paris Saint-Germain. But the Napoli president spoke with the media about Osimhen's transfer rumors and tried to cast doubts. So we just might see Osimhen maybe not going. He says that the star player will stay at the club, even though rival clubs are showing interest. Laurentiis pointed out that if Osimhen did leave the club, quality players could be recruited. Napoli also want to secure top-tier players to help them boost their way back again to success. And also the president said that Osimhen, Victor, will wear the Napoli shirt for sure. He said if an indecent proposal arrives, the club will also move on and find more top talent. Osimhen and Vichigras Kelly at the Georgia were brought, to help the team last season, help them secure the very, very much Scudetto, push the team also to victory. Osimhen's decision is to stay with Napoli, and this will help the team as this tries to retain the title. Okay, let me not just go talk about it. He doesn't sound to be my friend. The story doesn't sound to be my friend, truth be told, because I feel like Oriente is the Aurelio. I'm not saying he's selfish, but he's trying to keep his best player, I understand. But I don't know, it's more like a scare news where they are trying to hold tab, to keep tab to Victor Osimhen. I don't know if he stays for one more season, if he's really going to live up to expectation, because two things to be checked about Osimhen. If you're going to stay with a club, then you have to up your game. You don't have to play less like you did last time. You played well, winning the Scudetto, scoring a lot of 24 goals, That's 26 goals, right? And he's 24. He still looks very young. The likes of Manchester United also came or wanted to sign Osimhen, but that's just a story for another day. Let's go away from Victor Osimhen news and talk about Liverpool, who are reportedly set to submit an offer for Bayern Munich midfielder Joshua Kimmich after receiving a positive news that the club are already on the start, wanted to make the German international their own player. The Reds' two key midfield players, Fabinho and Jordan Henderson, are on the verge of leaving the club after accepting a move, the creative offer from Saudi Arabia. That's the money You don't want to turn down this kind of offers, right? Now, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp is still active, looking and searching for midfield reinforcement, regardless of whether the door, talk about Fabinho and Henderson leaves, with loss of Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner, Arthur Melo, and also other key players. Liverpool, the Merseyside, are significantly, weaker in the midfield, while Dominic Szoboszlai and also Alexis McAllister have joined the club for a total of £95 million. Let's get away from the story. Looks also very much lengthy because of time. And let's go on to the next story where I've got this one for you. Okay, now it's about Bayern Munich also wanting to sign, Harry Kane. The story looks very okay, but we can't be talking about Harry Kane if he's going to be leaving or not. Now, Napoli manager Rudi Garcia says there's a possibility of Victor Osimhen leaving the Partizan this summer. Let's go away from that story. Time to our friend Osimhen. If he's going to leave or not, I think I'm going to urge him to stay. If you're going to stay, up your game. But if you're not going to stay, please pack your bag, possibly carry on your head, then make a move. I think that will be okay. But leaving that story, let's get on this one now, where the world of we talk about the former world number one. Talk about Alexander Zverev in the world of tennis. Come with me, let's talk about tennis, where the former world number 3 is due to play his first round match at the Hamburg European Open on Tuesday. Alexander Zverev, that's the name, made his first statement on Monday since news broke last Friday that the former world number 3 has been accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Ben Departier. The Berlin prosecutor office has applied for penalty order against the German, and if issued, Zverev had 2 weeks to appeal. Speaking to Hamburg European Open, an ATP 500 event, Zverev refuted a claim made by his mother and his daughter with a brief response: "I completely reject the allegation. My lawyers will take care of the matter," he said during a press conference, as reported by George Press. And that's in the world of tennis. Come with me also, let's quickly wrap up the show on this one. Looks very much late on the show, so sorry, my bad on this. Let's go to the world of boxing to talk about very, very wonderful, top-notch personalities coming up on August 12th at the sold-out O2 Arena in London, where England former heavyweight title challenger, talk about Anthony Joshua and Dillian White, will have a rematch against former 2-time unified IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Now, these two first met on the way back, and that's in December 2015, back when the both, they were both promising undefeated up and also coming heavyweight counterback. And also now back on this, guys, we just remember seeing the heavyweight landscape again, which looks very quite different. Now, Tyson Fury was the unified WBA, WBO, and lineal world heavyweight champion. The IBF belt was vacant, and the WBC heavyweight champion also was Deontay Wilder. Now, fast forward to today now, Alexander Usyk is the unified IBF, WBA, and WBO heavyweight champion, and Tyson Fury, is the lineal heavyweight champion, having still never lost, a fight, never lost that distinction inside the ring. So entering this fight again, Joshua has a lot to be checked out for. He has lost 2 of his last 3, and White also has lost 2 of his last 4. But despite the troubles at the top level over the last few fights, the winner of this showdown is still very much viable contender in the ever-shifting dynamics of the rather lethargic heavyweight landscape. This is where I have to stop on the show. I feel incomplete though. I feel very much incomplete on the show. I wish I could do more. Really wish I could do more. Really wish I could actually get to more. I'll give you more of the details. Some of the 90-gritties I needed to check out for you, but time not my friend. But we'll have to go now. Come another day would be a Wednesday morning when I come back on your TV, Voice of the People TV, to give you all the sporting news and everything you need to know. But stay with us. Go nowhere. My name is Kizzy K. Good morning once again. Bye-bye for now.